working for you in the spirit of Arkansas. This is Channel 7 News, live at 5.
The North Little Rock High School football team involved in a bus accident this afternoon on Interstate 40 in North Little Rock. The good news, some minor injuries, but no students were hurt in that accident. Hello and thanks for watching Live at 5. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Janelle Lilly. Aaron has the night off. The accident happened shortly after 4. Channel 7's Jordan Bonnke is live on the scene right now with the latest. Jordan?
Well, Scott and Aaron, I'm at I-40 eastbound right now. Just underneath available. And for now, we'll send it back to you.
Jordan Bonnke live in North Little Rock as they pull that bus out of the median. Thanks very much. The woman who was hit by a car on University last night has died, and the driver is still on the loose. 20-year-old Heather Cater was talking to co-workers in a parking lot after work when she was hit by a black SUV. Channel 7's Alexis Rogers sat down with Cater's sister today while investigators continue the search for a suspect. Alexis.
What they have so far, back to you. A heartbreaking story tonight. Thank you, Alexis.
Your Metro First Forecast with meteorologist Barry Brandt.
Most of the state cool downs coming our way in just a few minutes, Scott.
All right, Barry, we'll see you in a few minutes. 11 people were arrested this morning in downtown Little Rock. It was part of a protest by fast food workers asking for higher pay and the ability to unionize. Channel 7's Matt Mershon was there, and he is live in downtown with new details about the protest tonight. Matt?
Good evening. For now, we're going to send it back to you.
Matt Mershon for us tonight. Thank you. Arkansans will get the chance to vote on whether or not to increase the minimum wage in the state. The Secretary of State's office has certified the signatures for the ballot proposal. The Democratic Party of Arkansas led that ballot initiative. Analysts believe having the minimum wage on the ballot will increase the number of voters at the polls, something that could help the Democratic Party.
The minimum wage proposal is a key strategy for the Democrats to increase and improve their turnout in 2014. Typically, you have women and minorities are minimum wage earners, and of course, they're low-income earners as well, being minimum wage workers, and those are key demographics that typically vote Democratic. So this is a big plus for the Democrats.
And tonight at 6, could a legal challenge take the minimum wage off the ballot? And we discuss the impact on political races this November.
Former Lieutenant Governor Mark Dar has repaid the state the money he owed for improper reimbursements that he received before resigning earlier this year. The Attorney General's office says the nearly $11,000 payment removes the need for any litigation against Dar. Dar, as you may remember, resigned in February over ethics violations tied to his office and campaign spending. The Lieutenant Governor's office has remained vacant since he stepped down. Still to come on Live at 5, the U.S. Attorney General launching a civil rights investigation into the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department. Details about what practices they want to look into. That's coming up at 5:18.
But first, Barry says the next few days will be warm and humid before the cooler weather returns. He has your complete forecast after the break. Stay with us. You're watching Channel 7 News, Live at 5.
The Justice Department is launching a broad investigation tonight into the practices of the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department. Attorney General Eric Holder announcing the investigation today, nearly a month after the shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown by Officer Darren Wilson. Holder says the decision was made after speaking with residents.
I heard from them directly about the deep mistrust that has taken hold between law enforcement officials and members of that community.
Officer Darren Wilson shot Brown 6 times following a scuffle, setting off 2 weeks of violent clashes with the community and outside protesters. This broad federal probe will examine the department's past police stops, arrests, claims of excessive force, and whether there's a pattern of discriminating against black residents by the mostly white police force. This investigation is in addition to a criminal probe underway into Brown's death, and the Justice Department made it clear today it could also expand the civil case to include other police departments.
American and British leaders are grappling with how to take action against the extremist group ISIS. President Barack Obama and Prime Minister David Cameron met privately at the NATO summit in Wales today. Both are considering military action against ISIS, which is still holding U.S. and British hostages. NATO's Secretary General said he welcomes the recent U.S. military action against ISIS in Iraq.
I do believe the international community as a whole has an obligation to stop the Islamic State from advancing further.
For now, U.S. spy planes and satellites are searching for the Western hostages near ISIS stronghold in Syria. This is the area where U.S. officials believe that ISIS brutally murdered American journalists Steve Sotloff and James Foley.
Purdue Foods, the nation's third largest chicken producer, announcing it has stopped the use of human antibiotics with about 95% of its chickens, but will still use animal antibiotics with about 2/3 of them. Purdue will still use human antibiotics when prescribed by a veterinarian for a specific problem, and the company also announced it will no longer use any antibiotics in its hatcheries.
Home Depot is telling customers they're off the hook if their credit card data was stolen. The home improvement retailer has not yet publicly confirmed if in fact it was hacked, but says customers will not be responsible for any possibly fraudulent charges. Home Depot said it first became aware of a potential breach on Tuesday. The company has hired a security firm to help investigate. Home Depot is urging customers to closely monitor their bank statements. It also is offering free credit monitoring and identity theft protection.
Coming up on Live at 5, the phenomenon of Disney's Frozen. Have you heard of that movie? Yeah, it continues.
Yeah, you might see some of those characters at your door in the next month. We're going to tell you why. Can you believe it? Legos have been around for more than 80 years, and today it's #1 in the world. Lego Group is now the biggest toy manufacturer in terms of revenue and profit. The popular Lego movie boosted sales 11% higher in the first 6 months of 2014. The family-owned business surpassed top competitor Mattel. The toy makers also trounced Hasbro sales, revenue reporting more than 30% higher than that board game giant. Lego Group is still owned by the Kirk Christensen family that founded it back in 1932.
Want to sell more toys? Make a movie. Move over witches, goblins, and ghouls. The stars of Disney's Frozen, another movie, are taking over Halloween. Well, at least this year. Holiday retailer Spirit Halloween projects not only Anna, Elsa, and Olaf costumes to be the hottest this year, but other classic Disney characters like Snow White will be in high demand. Beyond Frozen, expect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some superheroes, and a few nostalgic characters like Dr. Seuss's Cat in the Hat to come knocking on your door on Halloween. And I think they all have their own movies, right? So
yeah,
see, there you go.
I
There's
don't
something
mind that
to
at all, like a blast from the past at my doorstep.
Absolutely. The price of crude oil. Here's a look at that and the stock market prices as we go to break.
Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll have the latest on that school bus accident involving the North Little Rock High School football team. It happened around 4 o'clock this afternoon on Interstate 40. A live report coming up at 6. Also at 6, a fitness club with over 1,000 members in Hot Springs and Bryant has one former member who isn't happy. She says she hasn't been able to quit the club and her unpaid bill keeps growing. And here's Sully with a preview of sports.
It's Big Thursday in the sports department. NFL season kicks off tonight. Catholic and North Little Rock in a Thursday night special. That one now set for a 7:30 start at War Memorial. Coming up at 6 o'clock, he's the Hogs' not-so-secret weapon. Kanan Sandy, super fan, will be playing a role in Saturday's game. I'll tell you about that coming up at 6 o'clock.
Okay, we'll see you at 6. Sully, guys, back down to you.
Always playing the crowd there, too. Absolutely. Thanks very much, Beth. That's it for us today on Live at 5. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to have more Arkansas news in 30 minutes following World News with David Muir. We'll see you at 6.